Welcome to this place of peace. May we find some moments of quiet contemplation. Welcome to this place of celebration. May our hearts soar with gratitude for the gift of life. Welcome to this place of sacred love. May we gently hold all that is broken here. Welcome to this place of inquiry. Here, may we be challenged to open our minds and hearts ever wider. Come into this place of community. May we together draw the circle of love and justice ever wider. Welcome to this sacred place. Come, let us worship, celebrate, grieve, and love together. As is our custom, if you would like to come and light a candle for whatever personal or private reason, please do so while we sit in stillness listening to the prelude.
Take one more step till there is peace for us, and everyone will take one more step. One more word, we will say one more word. Till every word is heard by everyone, we'll say one more word. One more prayer, we will say one more prayer. Till every prayer is shared by everyone, we'll say one more prayer. One more song, we will sing one more song. Till every song is sung by everyone, we'll sing one more song.
Please stand in body or spirit for our chalice lighting and spoken affirmation. We light our chalice this morning in the spirit of gratitude, thankful for the 26 years the church has provided a sanctuary for all of us, for celebrations of life and death, dedications, communions, spiritual practice, and fellow travelers. This church has been a blessing. Red River Unitarian Universalist Church has been here to help us to make sense of the good times and bad. We thank all who have and continue to make this possible. Join me as together we remind ourselves of the affirmation that is a cornerstone of our free faith tradition. Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its law. This is our great covenant to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth and freedom, and to help one another. During this morning's service, we'll be hearing from some of our favorite people about their link to Red River Unitarian Universalist Church. We will be singing some of our favorite songs played by Dan Altoff, and we will see images of our congregation past and present. The worship team hopes you will enjoy this 26th year celebration of our church. Please remember to join us for our appreciation dinner after service. Please join me in a responsive reading to finish our opening thought. Lorelei Greenwood Jones writes, "Together in a sacred space, Please read the bold response that will be on the screen. In this sacred place, we need not be alone. We seek a listening ear, a warm heart, open arms.
In this sacred space, we join together against the waves of negativity and oppression in our world.
We are a community of individual beings living our own lives, yet coming together now and then in joyous celebration of spirit in one another.
Our differences do not divide us. Rather, they are a source of interest and discovery. We need not think alike to love alike.
Here, joys are shared and sorrows comforted. We are seen and heard and believed.
My compassion overflows. Our hearts reach for others.
We are a gathering of like-hearted people, and here are our hearts filled. We hear the wisdom and counsel of our ministers and that of one another.
We have much to learn from each other. So many different colors of truth and ways and methods.
In this sacred place, may we find what our spirits desire and what our spirits need. May we be grounded in love and sharing.
In this sacred place,
May we find acceptance and consideration. May our actions and words echo what we learn here.
I have been told multiple times in the last couple months that there's main reason that congregation doesn't sing are, number one, they don't know the songs, and number two, they want a song leader. Today, we have chosen well-known songs, the hymnals are available, and the words are on the screen. In addition, while my voice is not the best, I am going to lead the songs, as you saw earlier. No excuses this week, folks. Let's raise the roof.
For all that is our life, we sing our thanks and praise. For all life is a gift, which we are called to use, to build the
It was the spring of 1996, and a woman in Sherman named Lynn decided she wanted to go to a Unitarian church. She looked it up in the Dallas Morning News, and she discovered one in Plano, Dallas North Unitarian. And she went, and she met their new minister. During the next week, she mentioned it to her friend Scotty about going to the UU church, and Scotty said, "Why did you go without me?" Now, Lynn knew Scotty had attended Unitarian Church in Austin while a student, but they never much spoke about religion during their years of teaching together. They both went the next time. They spoke with friends about UUism in the community, and soon a car full of folks were showing up. So one morning during coffee, the minister thanked them for taking the time to come, given it was 2+ hours of driving. He said, "You know, if you would like, I'd come up to Texoma. Maybe we could have a potluck or something." The response was pretty quick. "If you come up, we want worship." Worship it was. Wednesday, March 26, 1997. Gathering happened in the small chapel at Austin College, and the minister, by now you'll probably guess that was me, spoke to a pretty full house. Boy, Scotty and Lynn and the others had organized an incredible event. There was a brass duo for music, greeters, programs, refreshments, flowers, even warm hospitality. The buzz was, "We want more." Lander Bethel, minister of the Grace Presbyterian Church, offered for them to use the church's fellowship hall to meet. They now had a home. It didn't take long for people to realize once a month just wasn't going to do it. They got creative. The second month was adult religious education, the precursor for today's adult forum. The third Sunday was service to the community, visiting a nursing home, letter writing campaigns, helping to make life better for others. The fourth Sunday, one amongst them led a discussion. And on the fifth Sundays, it was game night with kids and families together. They also created a religious education program using students from Austin College as the leaders. In the fall of '97 came the board at Dallas North Unitarian agreed that we could support an outreach ministry at Red River UU by my continuing to preach once a month. I asked the other UU ministers in the area if they would volunteer to lead just one worship service during the church year at Sherman. Take your Sunday program, wait 3 days, and give it again in Sherman. They all said yes, even though knowing there was no funding for an honoraria to do this. The third year, the group created bylaws and a pledge drive. Many of the area clergy returned during the third year to show their support for this growing congregation, and because by then they had money to pay an honorarium. The group elected officers. Scotty Johnson became the president. The church continued to thrive, and most people were anxious to be involved. In 2000, our Fellowship of Religious Liberals voted to officially become a member congregation of the Unitarian Universalist Association. In a simple ceremony, including yellow spider chrysanthemums, 35 of us signed the membership book, took a flower, and put it in a new vase symbolizing a new beginning. And it all began at a coffee hour. Strange. I never would have been pushy enough to say, "I'll come up and lead worship," during that Sunday morning coffee years ago. For one thing, there was no church to come to. I'm glad Lynn came and brought Scotty and others, and that an informal offer was extended with a better offer presented in return. From potluck to worship, a Unitarian Universalist church was created.
We are building a new way. We are building a new way. We are building a new way. Feeling stronger every day. We are building that new way. We are working to be free. We are working to be free. We are working to be free. Hate and greed and jealousy. We are working to be free. We can feed our every need. We can feed our every need. We can feed our every need. Start with love, that is the seed. We can feed our every need. Peace and freedom is our cry. Peace and freedom is our cry. Peace and freedom is our cry. Without these, the world will die. Peace and freedom is our cry.
Hello, I am Don Fielding, a retired Unitarian Universalist minister. I served the Denton and Oak Cliff congregations, and I remember well the first Sunday of March the 26th, 1997, when the Red River Unitarian Universalist Church first sought to become a full-fledged society of the Unitarian Universalist Association. It was a mild spring day, and I met a friend under the water tower in McKinney. And we drove to the Presbyterian Church in Sherman, where an important event we felt was about to occur. That event was the signing of the petition requesting to become a charter member of the Unitarian Universalist Association by the required number of members, and was held in the back room of that Presbyterian church. It was twilight as the meeting began. I do not remember the hymns that were sung that day, nor words that may have been said, but I do remember the sense of excitement that permeated the room. Everyone present could feel and knew the significance of that evening. I had gone because I felt that your occasion should be witnessed by someone associated with the Unitarian Universalist Association, and as a active minister, I could do that. My presence was the small gift that I could give to this new society. I watched as the names were added to the petition, and I remember feeling how important the event was. And indeed it was. The church that came into being that evening has maintained and even grown to become a contributing part of the Sherman and eventually the Denison communities. Following the signing, there was cake and refreshments and a strong sense of celebration. Everyone present that evening knew that something genuinely and significantly important had taken place. And today, in hindsight, we know that they were right. Something important had occurred, but it is an ongoing celebration that for every effort that we still make in furthering the ideas of liberal religion that began that evening is not lost, but adds to the growing correctness of our beliefs. Even today, we continue to celebrate that which began a quarter of a century ago. It is my dearest hope that the Red River Unitarian Universalist Church will continue to celebrate their occurrence a half century from now and beyond.
At our building dedication, we use this responsive reading and thought it would be very good to remind ourselves of our dream. Please respond with the bold text on the screen. It's responsive reading 733, A Place of Meeting by Eileen Karpelis. Out of wood and stone, out of dream and sacrifice, the people build a home. Out of the work of their hands and hearts and minds, the people fashion a symbol and a reality. May this house be truly a place of meeting, meeting in warmth and joy and openness, meeting in courage and love and trust. May all who enter here trust one another so surely that they may share the deep fires that burst into anger as much as the sweet spring waters that swell into laughter, the slow erosion of wounded tears as much as the soaring song. May these walls of silence as 100 hearts search inward, each for its own small spark of hope that might otherwise be snuffed out in the noise. May these rafters hear the voice of the child as surely as that of the orator, and the sound of the lute, and the clack of the typewriter, and the swish of the broom, and know that all are as holy as the shout of 1,000,000 stars. May the rain fall lightly on this house, and the sun shine warmly, and the winds blow softly, and bless it as peace of joy and peace. Please join me in a minute of silence.
and I'll bring you hope when hope is hard to find, and I'll bring a song of love and a rose in the winter time. Come share a rose with me. Come share a rose with me. Come share a rose with me, that I might know you're mine. And I'll bring you hope when hope is hard to find, and I'll bring a song of love, a rose in the winter time.
Hi, this is Christine Tata from my home in San Marcos, Texas. That's one of the reasons you haven't seen me up there in Denison for quite a while. When we retired down here in 2017, it made distance a kind of a problem. But when they asked me to congratulate you on your 27th and 25th anniversary as a fellowship, I was so happy to do it. I struggled to remember when I actually became aware of Red River, and I couldn't do it. Memory has become slippery for some of us, but I will never forget the warmth, the scrappiness of your congregation. Look, in the current climate, any congregation that wants to promote and live out progressive values has got to be scrappy. And you guys are doing that. You're doing the work. And I'm so proud to have been affiliated with you for umpty-umped how many years. It's a privilege and a pleasure to say to you, keep doing what you're doing. I've admired you for so many years, and you have given me a bully pulpit from time to time. Hey, with the wonders of Zoom, maybe you could do that again sometime. I'd love to see some familiar faces, even if it is on the little tiny squares. In the meantime, happy anniversary. Congratulations for making it this far in this wicked old world. And all I have to say back to all of you is, look, everything will be all right in the end. And if it isn't all right, it means it's not the end. Can I get amen? Because you know that's what I like. This is Christine Tata, with nothing but respect for your wonderful congregation there up in Red River. Amen.
Hi, my name is Dan Althoff. Way back in July of 1998, I moved to Durant from my home state of Florida to begin my career as a Spanish professor at Southeastern Oklahoma State University, I knew I was moving into an area that was culturally and politically conservative, and even though I had never been a Unitarian Universalist, I knew just enough about the denomination to want to find out if there might be any sign of an organized group of more liberal people, whether secular or religious. And I thought if I saw a UU church listed, that there would likely be a congenial place for me. So I consulted the local Yellow Pages, remember those? And unsurprisingly, there was no listing for any Unitarian Universalist congregations in the Texoma area. I was very happy, though, to discover a community of friendly, welcoming, and open-minded colleagues at Southeastern. Among them were Albert and Marion Hill, and they were the ones who told me about the new UU group that had formed in Sherman, Texas. It was a group that first met on Wednesday evenings at Grand Avenue Presbyterian Church in Sherman. And thanks to Albert and Marion's invitation to go with them, I quickly began attending regularly and even started playing the piano at our weekly gatherings. Those were exciting times. The congregation grew surprisingly quickly. The meeting time was changed from Wednesday evenings to the more traditional Sunday mornings, and we managed to find and rent a church building on Harrison Street in Denison, where we were for many years. Marion McIntyre Johnson, or better known to us as Scotty, was the force of nature who organized the original group with the invaluable assistance and encouragement from Doug Strong as the minister at Community UU Church in Plano. Scotty became the congregation's first president, and we were recognized nationally as a UU member congregation in the millennial year of 2000. I became the congregation's second president, and during my term, the congregation voted now 20 years ago to make its first ever public statement, which was against the U.S. invasion of Iraq in 2003. In 2004, following an outcry and support from UUs and other religious groups across the country, the Texas Comptroller's Office granted full tax-exempt status to us, which had been arbitrarily denied since our establishment, simply because Unitarian Universalism does not have a creed or doctrine which mandates belief in a deity or deities. You can find a reference to this incident in Wikipedia's entry on Unitarian Universalism, as well as on other many numerous websites. With growth comes change, and frequently with change come tension and conflict. Being fallible and flawed humans, just like anybody else, our congregation went through a sad and painful period in 2008 and 2009 when a significant number of members left. I would simply say that a confluence of unfortunate circumstances and events led to dramatic change. But that dramatic change, in turn, gave rise to a period of reflective reform, one of the results of which is the behavioral covenant that guides our personal interactions to this day. But look at what we have accomplished since those earlier days. We have gone from a near windowless and funky-smelling rented cinder block church to this beautiful space, which we own. And in our pulpit, we have had scholars and ministers and poets and activists and performing musicians from around Texas, from around the country, and even from as far away as Finland, as well as our own innovative assemblies on Sunday mornings. Without us, there probably would not be any celebration of Earth Day in Texoma. Concern for the interdependent web of life also led to our monarch butterfly way station. We have had voter registration drives. We have had clothing swaps. We partner with the Grayson County Family Shelter just across the street from us. The much beloved Movable Feast is still a very active group, a circle which dates back to our earliest days. The AV team played a key role in keeping our congregational community active and alive during the worst days of the COVID pandemic, and did so with amazing professionalism and skill under very trying circumstances. The church decided to take a bold step by opening a search for a minister, which is ongoing as I speak. Although I don't live in Texoma anymore, I am proud to still be a pledging member and active on the worship team because Red River Unitarian Universalist Church has meant so much to me over the past 2 decades. I am grateful for the time I have spent with this community, and I can't wait to see what happens next in our common life. And I'm looking forward to visiting again in person very soon.
Hi. Congratulations to the Unitarian Universalists of Grayson County. 25 years. That's an amazing period of history from the time you all got started in the fellowship hall at Grand Avenue until you're serving where you are now in your own place and being able to accomplish so many things in our community and beyond our community. I'm proud to be a part of helping you all get started a quarter of a century ago. And I wish you the very best as you continue this ministry and you seek to do good things, caring for the environment, standing up for equality, welcoming people of all different persuasions, that they might be a part of you and we might recognize the importance of how we are called to be a part of each other. I'm very happy for you. Congratulations, happy anniversary, and I wish you the very best in many more years to come.
Let there be an offering to sustain and strengthen this place, which is sacred to so many of us, a community of memory and of hope, for we now the keepers of the dream. Those who wish are invited to bring their gifts to the table. The bowl awaits, or by tapping on the donate tab on the church app.
Though below me I feel no motion, standing on these mountains and plains, far away from the rolling ocean, still my dry land heart can say, I've been sailing all my life now, never wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat home. Sun, my sail, and moon, my rudder, as I glide the starry sea, leaning over the edge in wonder, casting questions into the deep, drifting here with my ship's companions, all we kindred pilgrim souls, making our way by the lights of the heaven in our beautiful blue boat home. I give thanks to the waves upholding me, hail the great winds urging me on, greet the infinite sea before me, sing the sky my sail
I invite you to stand in body or spirit for the benediction and extinguishing the chalice. Cynthia Landrum writes, "Be true, be well, be loving." We leave this gathered community, but we don't leave our connection, our concerns, our care for each other, our service to each other, to the world, and to our faith continues until we are together again, friends. Be strong, be well, be true, be loving. Please join me in saying the words to extinguish our chalice. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Please be seated or join in the dance.
Let it be a dance we do. May I have this dance with you through the good times and the bad times too. Let it be a dance. Let a dancing song be heard. Play the music, say the words, and fill the sky with sailing birds. Let it be a dance, let it be a dance, let it be a dance. Learn to follow, learn to lead. Feel the rhythm, feel the need. To reap the harvest, plant the seed. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance we do. May I have this dance with you through the good times and the bad times too. Let it be a dance. Everybody turn and spin. Let your body learn to bend. And like a willow with the wind, let it be a dance. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance. A child is born, the old must die. A time for joy, a time to cry. Take it as it passes by. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance we do. May I have this dance with you through the good times and the bad times too. Let it be a dance. Morning star comes out at night. Within the dark there is no light. If nothing's wrong, then nothing's right. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance. Let the sunshine, let it rain. Share the laughter, bear the pain. And run we go again. Let it be a dance.